Hello, everybody. I am back. The weather's been great. Just started school, doing a ton of reading and stuff like that. So, got a slight cold, but nothing too bad. So, what have I been up to? Well, I want to show you something that I've been reading lately. Yes, the Holy Quran. So naturally, I'm pretty sure now I'm considered unpatriotic, un-American because you're not allowed to like touch this, read this, or anything, according to some many evangelicals that I know. I started reading it mainly because of I grew up Baptist, unfortunately, fundamentalist Baptist worse. So generally, Islam was considered to be this evil religion. Even recently, some of my friends at Down City Church in Kennedy Plaza in Providence have mentioned the same thing. Islam's evil, it's bad, blah 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 blah. But I kind of one of those people that is like, I really shouldn't take their word for it. I really should read it myself with an open mind. Kind of try to do the whole Mark Arnold thing. He was an old philosopher and literary critic. That's like when you go to something, try not to have any burdens and stuff like that, and preconceived judgment. So I started reading it. I'm on the Quran is kind of set up a little bit like the Bible. Their books are called surats or surat, which I'm probably pronouncing wrong. The Arabic language and the English language are just radically different. And the verses are called ayat or ayats. So it's kind of similar. And I'm in the third surat. I just finished the second one today. What do I think about it so far? Well, so far it's not as bad as evangelical fundamentalist Tea Party Republicans have said it is. Yeah, that's a knock. Jab, jab. I haven't really found any verses that I find to be incredibly outrageous and crazy and like, oh my god, I'm going to have to strap a bomb on myself or something like that. I haven't found that at all. Actually, it's very compatible with the Bible. The similarities are quite there. Just some things so far I've kind of learned. One, it's considered blasphemy in Islam to call Jesus the Son of God because the idea would be that God then has sex, pretty much, and that's more related to pagan ideas. So Jesus being the Son of God is more like a pagan thing. Um, One lie I've already gotten from evangelicals, and I'm trying to say the difference between evangelicals and just regular Christians, is that Islam apparently doesn't like orphans. You're supposed to mistreat them and stuff like that. I have been told by that, and just got through the second surat, and I've already found like three verses, ayats, that already disprove that. So I already know that some of those things you might be hearing about Islam and the Quran are probably lies. Some other things that I kind of like about the Quran is the Quran kind of teaches that sex, yeah, is actually a natural part of human nature and desire, like eating and sleeping and drinking. It's just like kind of like eating and drinking has to be a little bit under control. So the Quran says sex is okay. Yay! I mean, granted, you have to be in marriage, but whatever. Granted, not every Christian group believes in that, but some Christian groups be like, even if you're married, if you're having sex for other than procreation, it's bad. You're sinning. You're going to hell. Of course, naturally, again, adultery, sexual purity, and stuff is still here. I haven't so far read nothing about plural marriages. None of that. There was a lot about charity, giving, helping the poor. I know that might be some bad to certain right wing conservatives. You don't want to help the poor out. Um, the only thing I kind of disagree with is there is this whole thing about like some of the commentary in this edition mentions that the Islam is not about formalities. Oh, it is. Sorry, ate to buzz your bubble there. Islam is about formalities. That's the only sticking point that I have so far. It's just like gotta do this, gotta do this, do this, do this, and this, and this, and this, and this. Ay ay ay. So that's my only real complaint with it so far. There is some stuff about war, but then again, so does the Bible. Generally, the idea with their war is you got to fight. You fight the enemy if they're oppressing you, robbing you of your freedom and stuff like that. But even I have to read more into it, but it does seem that there's actually rules to war that I think people like Osama bin Laden kind of like tossed out and be like, well, we don't need that. Take the Quran, put that aside. We don't need those kind of rules right there, because Islam kind of seems to say that you're not supposed to kill women, children, animals, crops, and stuff like that. I haven't gotten that far in there, but they kind of hinted at it in Surah 2. Should be noted that in the Bible, though, there are several verses and several incidences in the Bible where God commanded that they did kill every man, woman, child, animal, burn buildings to the ground, and kill the crops. The only people that were spared were virgin girls, and they were taken away as sex slaves. So I'm not giving my final judgment on the Quran yet, because obviously I got a long way to go. The only thing I can sing is like, it's kind of like the commentary says about formalities, especially among the Jewish religion, but the whole thing is nothing but one big formality, and it is a bit hostile towards Jews. But then again, so can some Christians be. But it is a bit, if you're Jewish and you're reading some of the stuff that is read in the Quran, you ain't gonna be a happy boy. But there's irony in this. I've actually started reading the Bible. Yes. The Bible again. I've been reading the book of Exodus. I don't think Muslims only just rely on the Quran for their teachings. It appears that the Bible is often used a lot. The Quran seems to quote Bible verses, particularly so far Exodus, but also a little bit of Leviticus and Deuteronomies and stuff. So I started reading the book of Exodus. I'm on chapter 16. Yeah, 16. Where the parting, the Red Sea has happened already, and the Jews got out of Egypt. What's my thought on that now? Boy, do I have problems with this. It's a good story, yeah, real good story, but God is such an asshole in this book. I'm sorry. It's just it. One, if you read, you got to read each passage carefully. For some bizarre reason, when God is doing I kind of mentioned in one of my past vlogs, when God is about to, release the plagues on Egypt, he hardens the heart of Pharaoh. It happens in several verses. Well, I don't know what the point of that was. If he was going to make sure that Pharaoh did not release the Israelites, why was he doing this? And it was just like, huh? Well, so what was the point of that? You're big and bad or something like that? Yes, you're God. We know you're big and bad. You've destroyed the world. You've destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. You've killed a bunch of other people. So I don't get that. Why? It's like, again, remember I mentioned about the free will in one of my past vlogs. It's like, he's interfering with free will, according to the book of Exodus. Some other issues that I had with it is that while he spared the Israelites any of the plagues, locusts, gnats, flies, and stuff like that, he seemed to have no problem affecting everybody in Egypt, all Egyptians, with all these plagues. The Passover, was that they sacrifice a lamb and God will pass over the final plague, which is the killing of each firstborn, which, by the way, was every human and animal, so our animal's firstborn was killed. And it just seemed to be the point that he just wanted to cause pain to people, to show that he's big and bad. It's very mind-blowing to me, because God really appears to be much of a jerk in this, as I always kind of thought he was. If you take it literally, and as 100% truth, I don't think so. I just think some of this might have been just a little, fooled around a bit, but, God seems to have absolutely no problem killing innocent people and affecting innocent people to prove a point, so far as I'm getting in the book of Exodus. Which is kind of ironic, because so far I'm finding the Quran to be much more enlightened than the Bible. And granted, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to lose my citizenship now. We are a Christian nation. We're all founded on love and truth and all that other crap. Should be kind of duly noted that, I hate to tell you this, the Holy Bible is not necessarily compatible with the Constitution. It's not necessarily in favor of freedom of speech or freedom of religion. I'm going to be doing another vlog on that. So I'm going to continue my reading of the Quran, and have any other criticism. I haven't gotten far enough. Just the formality thing so far I've really had a problem with. And I'll be reading more of the regular Holy Bible. I'm sure I'll be bitching and moaning about that one too. So thank you, and keep coming back.